How's it going, guys? And welcome here to Barca Variety, and welcome here to another video. And we are all feeling good. We're all feeling good after we picked up 3 crucial points in the La Liga title race. But not only that, our rivals, our Madrid rivals, both dropped points. And Atletico Madrid lost to Athletic Bilbao yesterday after we played our game, and all of a sudden, we love Athletic Bilbao as a team because they helped us drop points from Atletico Madrid. But in today's video, we're going to be rating each player from 1 to 10 because there were some fantastic performances and there were some bad performances. We're going to be talking about it all in full length and in full detail. So let's get started. And if we do get started like we always do, with the man in goal, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. And Ter Stegen, he had a huge save in the second half. What I want to say about Ter Stegen is that he's been lacking something. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't really think it's confidence, but he has been lacking something. In the second half, he made a huge save, but in that first half, I thought he could have done so much better for that first goal. I know he tried to come and close down the angle, but he didn't do it well. When you come out of your goal, you need to know what to do. But the guy was very calm and he finished it with a very good finish. So Ter Stegen, I am going for a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's fair for him, but he needs to continue improving. Well, then we do move on to another person, another defender. It's Gerard Piqué. Piqué returns from injury, and there was injury scares. We thought he could have been injured once again, but thankfully he is not injured. And Piqué, this guy makes a huge difference in our defense. Just what a player! If I want to talk about his leadership, about his set piece defending, about his just defending, his one-on-ones, aerials. This guy is just outstanding. And you look at Oscar Mingueza, you look at Lenglet, you look at Araujo, you look at all these defenders. They are all learning from this guy because he is experienced. He's got it all. He's done it all. But he is so motivated to keep on winning. And this is what I love about Gerard Piqué. And Piqué, he didn't have to do too much yesterday, but he was brilliant at the back. When we needed him, he did what he needed to do, his job. For PK, it's a 7 out of 10. But then we do move on to Clement Langley. It's another player and it's similar to Gerard Piqué because he didn't have to do too much, but he was very good. He was doing very good passes. He was brilliant at the back. And for Langley, again, another 7 out of 10. And he didn't do too much, but I thought he was very helpful. But then we do move on to the last center back out of those three. Oscar Mingueza. Because Predator Ronald Koeman, he kept faith in him even after he made that mistake in our last game versus Getafe. And Mingueza, it paid off for him. What a player this guy is. Very young. And for Oscar Mingueza, I'm going for a 7.5 out of 10. He got that assist. He was crucial in our build-up play. He was getting forward. He was pressing high up the pitch. And this guy's work rate is outstanding. And the only thing he is doing is improving. But then we do move on to Serginho Dest, another defender, but he was subbed off at halftime, and I don't really know why. That was a poor decision from Ronald Koeman, of course, if he's not injured. And Serginho Dest, I hope he's not injured. I'm gonna go for a 7.5 out of 10. He was causing damage on that right hand flank, and he was so crucial in our build up play. He was just brilliant with his pace, and when Roberto came on and Serginho Dest came off, we were lacking something. We were lacking so many stuff, and Frankie de Jong needed to move to that right hand side to provide us something there. So Serginho Dest, he is so important, and he's very fast. Well, then we do move on to the last defender, or you can say the second wingback, Jordi Alba. Now, this is a difficult decision to make because Jordi Alba was outstanding in attack, and the way he was attacking and just creating the chances and the chance he created for Frankie de Jong, that was all good. But you gotta also look at the other part of his game, his defending. He needs to defend better, and this season, for some reason, Jordi Alba is just horrible at defending. One of the worst defenders this season. I remember he used to be better, but this wingback role is a lot, 10 times better for him. But guys, for Jordi Alba, it's a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's fair because his game was balanced. Very good in attack and very bad in defense. And he was the problem for the first goal of Villarreal. So that is it for Jordi Alba. Then we do move on to a midfield maestro, Sergio Busquets. This guy has been outstanding in recent games. After Ronald Koeman switched back to the three at the back system, this guy, whenever he plays in that system, unreal. He's been more offensive. He's been thinking about those passes to get to Messi, to get to Griezmann, to get to Ousmane Dembele. Busquets, he's always been defensive minded, but in this game, he has shown us that he can get those assists and he has been brilliant in recent weeks, and I hope his form doesn't go down and he keeps this consistency. But then we do move on to a different story, Pedri. Because Pedri, he didn't play too bad. He was pressing, he was running everywhere, but I thought he could have done more. Pedri has one problem. He gets in the final third, he doesn't have a shot. He never has a shot. And for Pedri, it's a 6 out of 10. And it's not his fault. It really is Ronald Koeman's fault. This is Ronald Koeman's fault because Pedri is playing every game, every single game. The man is only 18 years old. His body is still being built, and he is only playing every single game. And he's only 18. Let's not forget about that. So he needs to take some rest because Pedri is really growing game by game, but he needs to rest. He is being too much used, and this is why it results in bad performances. Well, then we do move on to a Dutchman, Frankie de Jong. Now, this one, it could go either way. You can give Frankie de Jong an 8 out of 10, you can give him a 7 out of 10, you can give him a 6 out of 10. You can argue for any number for Frankie de Jong. Because this was a game for Frankie de Jong with mixed feelings. He was getting at the right place, at the right time. His passes were out of this world and he was just everywhere. He was on the right hand side, he was on the left hand side helping Jordi Alba, he was in midfield, he was in defense, he was in the box. This guy's stamina is unreal. For Frankie de Jong, this could be harsh, but I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. And the reason is very, very simple. He couldn't finish his two clear cut chances. And when you don't finish these two chances and you're at the right place at the right time, that is a big problem. Because Frankie de Jong, he is a midfielder, but especially that first one. That was very, very easy to finish. And I know Frankie de Jong knows how to score goals. But then we do move on to one of the two attackers, the one and only Messi. Because Messi didn't assist, neither did he score in yesterday's game, but people don't realize how important he was, especially in this game. Because if we didn't have Messi in this game, I'm confident we would have dropped points. Because he was so crucial in our build up play and it's just every single thing we do. He controls the ball, he drops deep, he was doing everything. He was the creator. And Messi, it's a 7.5 out of 10 just because we know Messi's level. This is not his best level, but he was very, very crucial in our build up play. But then we do move on to the match winner. The guy that got us through with all the 3 points with his brace and double. Antoine Griezmann. Now Griezmann, I'm gonna give him a 8.5 out of 10. And I'm about to tell you why. Because Griezmann, in this game, it was different than any game. Because you feel as though an unconfident Griezmann would have not done the same. He was so clinical in this match. That first goal, it was a brilliant chip. It was just the beauty of a goal. And that second goal, he didn't even hesitate to shoot. He took it first time, and that was brilliant from Griezmann. And it's an 8.5 out of 10. And Griezmann, there's a big question luring around his future in the summer. Should he be sold? But then before we do move on to rate the manager, Ronald Koeman, I wanna just stand out and talk about Ilyas Moriba. This guy is just outstanding. He's brilliant. I'm not gonna rate him because he was on the pitch for enough time. But this guy, right when he comes in, he makes an impact. He wasn't scared to get into the box. He was very physical. He wasn't scared to do anything. And this is what I like about Ronald Koeman. He gives this guy, he's an 18-year-old, and he still gives him a lot of game time. Of course, I was sad not to see Ricky Puig come on, Francisco Trincao, but you have to give Ilyas Moriba a shout out. But then we do move on to rate the manager Ronald Koeman. Because after the game, Ronald Koeman said, "We have not been as fine and as good as the other day," talking about the Athletic Bilbao Copa del Rey final. Perhaps because of fatigue. Frankie de Jong had two clear-cut chances to avoid suffering, but they didn't go in. Villarreal, let's not forget, they also played a great game. And Ronald Koeman blaming it because the players are tired, they played a game after 2 days and they didn't have enough rest. Fair enough, but he has to take some blame because his substitutes in the second half weren't the best, but his starting 11 was very good. And of course, Frankie de Jong, when he missed those chances, he made life hard and not easy for us. And for Ronald Koeman, I am going for a 7.5 out of 10, simply because I was leaning towards the 8, but his substitutes in the second half, they were simply not good. Why would you sub out Serginho Dest, who was doing all the threat for Sergio Roberto? Of course, unless Serginho Dest had an injury, but I thought Ronald Koeman got his starting lineup spot on. And guys, of course, these are all the player ratings, including the manager and including one substitute that stood out to me, Ilyas Moriba. Tell me in the comment sections down below who stood out to you and how would you rate any player, and do you think my ratings are fair? And of course, guys, focus turns to our next game. 6 finals to go. The next one is Granada at the Camp Nou, and I'll be bringing all the build up for you. And if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next video.